In this time, we tell our own story by ourselves, in our own language, the African way. We are taught by our forefathers that we are all related in Africa. I believe in Africa. I believe in myself. This is Africa. My Africa. This is Getting Real with Phina. Measures has been put in place to checkmate our educational system, but still things are going wrong. And where are things really going wrong? Are we doing the right thing? Where have we gone wrong? As teachers, as students, even as a society, we should and we must get it right. Today on your show, Getting Real with Phina, we are not going to be concentrating only on our educational system, but we are going to be focusing on examination malpractice. Has it become a norm? Are we getting comfortable with this norm? This is what we shall be discussing, but that is only when we return from this break. Welcome back to the most informative, educative talk show on TV, Getting Real with Phina. If you're just joining us, we are on that issue, that very pressing issue, examination malpractice. In the studio with me today, we have Ahwe Iromosele Raymond, who is an educationist. He has a center called Pathfinder Education House. We have Yemisi Adetunji, who is a student, who will be talking from the student angle. Stanley Elias has written so many books. And from the society, we have a celebrity in the house, Splendid, who most of you know as Aboki Shine My Shoe. Today, he's not going to be shining any shoe. We are going to be talking about examination malpractice. You're all welcome to the show. And welcome to my beautiful village. Examination malpractice is a serious issue. Today is like, it's becoming normal. I'm afraid to use that word, but it's as if you're not doing it, you are not among the crowd. Let's start from Raymond Iromosele. What will you say is the cause, the root of examination malpractice?
I think basically we really need to take our time down to look at what education, examination, and malpractices are all about. Basically, what is examination? Examination is a test of stored or assimilated knowledge for the purpose of assessing individual residual knowledge. And malpractice on its own is a deliberate act of wrongdoing, which is contrary to the set rules or ethics of official examination. And it is designed to put a particular student in a kind of advantage over his other. And if you look at the society as it is, we all know what and how this evil has been perpetrated. We cannot really talk about the causes without looking at the forms of examination malpractices. Which form and what form has it taken in the society? We have different ways, we have different forms in the school, in the various, in all structures. Which form? Linkage, examination linkage, and not just only examination linkage. We also have external influence on the in the examination centers and thereabout. I think until we are able to look at the form in total, we cannot actually define examination malpractice as it is.
Stanley wants to say something.
Yes, very much. I think the teachers may have a little blame But I think the deepest blame lies with the students.
With the students.
Because if your teacher, he's a failure already, so he doesn't know anything, he cannot impact anything to you, but you are going
Stanley,
forward.
it's not every teacher, because what makes a teacher, he's imparting knowledge into you.
Okay.
You know, it's not every teacher.
Yes, not every teacher supports that, but sometimes you find that our society believes in this: if you can't beat them, join them. So you find a lot of teachers that are not into that. They're just pushed aside. Somebody say, you're standing in the way of my progress. So I believe that I look at it from this perspective that the student should be able to educate himself. If you talk about those toddlers, primary school, those ones, they may be exempted because they don't really understand what education is. But let's talk about our adults like you and me, undergraduates, who have phones that you can carry the Library of America, all the libraries in America in your pocket, in your phone. What effort do they take to educate themselves? Some of them can't even defend their courses. You know, simple, reasonable thing like, what is this in your course? They can't defend it because they are all after, let me sort my way, let me do this, let me do that. No time to read. They don't read.
They don't study.
No study, no nothing. All they know is, all the clubs in town, they know it. All the social joints, they know it. All the social networks, they are there. But those basic things that should equip them, a lot of them prefer to buy big phones that will cost them 150, 200,000 than empower themselves in their career.
Yes, I think Stanley is very right, because in my organization, Virgin Hood, I have a free library that you don't pay anything. I beg youth, like the schools we go to give talks, I practically beg youth to come and read. Nobody comes. Nobody. Mr. Raymond,
Yeah.
what do we do?
I think it will really be out of point to put all the blame on the teachers, as I've earlier said, as my colleagues said as well. Basically, if you look at the situation of things in the academy, in the educational sector, you discover that aside the student, the parents also have a role to play.
Exactly.
Because most often than not, you see a parent going extra mile. Yes, it is good for you to put your kid, your ward in a good school, to pay exorbitant fee just because you want them to get the best. But they also go beyond the line. You see them moving from one place to another, looking for educational, you know, all these corrupt educational consultants who can help them to organize or put their word in a kind of special centers and paid exorbitantly. And when you look at that, with that, the kid will have it psychologically. It has a psychological effect on the kid that, okay, my parent is there to go extra mile to ensure that I pass the exam. And with that, you see that redundancy to